Now, many forecourts across the country still don't have any fuel to sell to their customers following the last 5 days of protests and blockades. For the latest on that, we're joined by Fuels for Ireland CEO Kevin McPartlan. And Kevin, you're welcome. Do we know at this point how many forecourts are still without fuel?
I'd be spoofing if I tried to give you an exact figure. It's reduced from yesterday. We were probably around the 600-700 mark yesterday. It has reduced because we got quite a lot of fuel out of Whitegate yesterday and from Foynes and Galway. There is still some slowing of progress out of Whitegate because the trucks are still needing to go in under garda escort, which means they have to go to a staging point, come together. That's adding about an hour to every truck movement, which is a problem. We had hoped to be at full operational efficiency in Whitegate today, but we're following advice from Garda Síochána and we'll always do that. The lifting of the protests in Dublin has meant that we have more efficient routes coming out of Dublin Port, which accounts for about 50% of all of the fuel that comes into the country, but it's still not back to absolute normal levels. So in order to kind of accelerate yet further the recovery, the restocking of all of those forecourts that have gone dry, we need to make sure that the access to those key terminals, key facilities, refinery, etc., are all maintained and that there is secure access and that the intimidation and threats and insults to drivers stop.
Has that stopped?
I'm sorry?
Has that stopped?
No. And
so there's still intimidation and threats to drivers ongoing at the moment?
Yeah, including personal stuff. Like they're identifying individual drivers and contacting family members when they're sitting waiting to load and things. I mean, it's really poor. And I'm not suggesting that everybody involved in protests involved in that stuff, but there are some people doing that.
Yeah.
And then the next thing that we need is to make sure that the road network across the country is unhindered so we can actually get fuel to the people who need it.
Can you confidently at this point say when everything will be back to normal?
If the access to the terminals and the refinery is maintained, is secure, we get to normal operational levels and there is no delays caused by rolling blockades or whatever on motorways, it could still take us up to 10 days.
OK. What are the long-term implications of this, or are there any?
I think long-term, I think what has happened over the last few days has kind of created a precedent that people see these sites as, I mean, they've always been critical sites, but now people see them and see them perhaps as targets for the future. So I think there are going to need to be longer-term conversations around the security of those sites and the way that the state manages that security. But at the moment, we're in the midst of a real crisis, and we're dealing with that. We'll do the lessons learned later.
All right, Kevin McPartlan, thank you so much for coming in to us this morning.